And we are back, party people. Tech Foul here. Eric, myself, Camille, and Tim talking to you all about HBO's Hard Knocks. We covered episode 1 throughout the first part of this episode, and we're going to be talking about episode 2 of Hard Knocks during this portion of the show. So the first thing I wrote in my notes when episode 2 kicked off was, I was like, dang. Hey. No. Coach Deuce Staley pretty much said they all ugly, and it's just the majority of women. And I was like, that's a way to start an episode, I tell you.
I've told y'all this because we've told our kids that before. We told
just told kids that?
Hell yeah, we told their class that.
Football coaches are disrespectful. Like, it don't matter what age group.
We like, bro, ain't none of y'all
They're all
pretty.
assholes.
It was like the pretty boys is the ones sitting on the sidelines, just the ugly motherfuckers that become the superstars. Cracking up. They was like, dang. So we looked at one kid who was like, wait, here's the wild part. One kid was actually a model at the time. The kid now is a doctor, and he's still modeling.
So
not a football player. Not a football player.
He trash because he's cute.
Oh, no. But that kind of coincides.
Now hold on now, because Nick Barnett was fine.
How many you got in the league? Football. How many you got in the league? It's been millions of them motherfuckers now. How many you got in the league, Camille?
Fam, I'm just the first. I mean, for my personal taste, Nick Barnett comes to mind. Deshaun Jackson comes to mind. Those the two.
There's a 53 per team.
But I mean, there's also people who found like Clay Matthews attractive. I didn't, but some people did.
For the most part, y'all don't find these motherfuckers attractive only because they got a damn jersey on. Is the reason why. But you know what? I can work with that.
Yeah, a quick story time with Camille. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Back when I was still in college and single, I was at 720 one night. And there were quite a few athletes in the building. There was somebody in my group who completely embarrassed herself in front of Drew Gooden.
Yikes.
And I got the number of somebody who said he played for the Packers because I walked past his VIP section and he was like, hey, what's up? And we were talking because if you know anything about me, especially back then, I talked to everybody. I gave everybody a shot. It just, let's see what you got cooking underneath. So I didn't know who he was. That
don't sound right. You might want to rephrase.
Mine out the gutter here. I'm talking about personalities, okay? Who you are on the inside. And
I'm just saying you don't want that clipped out of context. That's all.
I hear you.
I had to leave real quick.
But we were talking, and he's like, "Can I get your number?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And we were just talking. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be in Milwaukee too much longer. I gotta get back to Green Bay." And I was like, "For what?" And he was like, "I play for the Packers." I said, "No, you don't." He said, "I do." I won't say his name. He's somebody who did not make the full roster or get any real playing time. But I was like, "No, you don't." And then it's like, "Oh, you actually do." But it did not work out because he was on some stuff I was not on at that time. Like, you smoke? I'm like, ain't you in the league? And all this other type of stuff. I was like, nah, man, this ain't you. You a little too hot for me. I think
he was never gonna make it.
He was a little too hot for me, but
put it in the chat.
When girls heard him say to me that he played for the Packers, there were so many that just started walking by at that point. Like before that, it was nothing.
But this was the panties.
They started tossing
them. Sir, do you want some more? Would you like some more? I have a second pair on.
Maybe y'all on to something. The Lions sure do hope they're on to something with Malcolm Rodriguez, who for some reason they kept calling Rodrigo, and I'm like,
hey, we're gonna let him have it. We ain't gonna say. that's racist, but we're gonna let him have it.
It's like the man's name ain't okay. A nickname, but
they gave him a nickname. It's a nickname. He like it, I love it.
I mean, it's not that far of a jump from Rodriguez to Rodrigo. Like,
you like it, I love it. But Paul, go ahead, have at it.
Shoot, the way that he playing, they gonna get his name right because
they ain't gonna have no choice.
That's what I'm saying. Because the way them coaches was talking, like, hey, there's rookie out here out playing all y'all. I don't want to give him y'all spot, but y'all.
See, if I'm him, like sitting there, I'm like, hey, can you like relax? Thank you. Like you gonna get me fucked up with them. Like I got to share a locker room with them. Like I can't be the teacher's pet. Like
and they talking
appreciate it. Thank you. Give me some playing time, but can you like keep that on the low? Like,
no, they gave him a 10-minute wrestling match, bro. They let that man. They cooked for that man for a while now. They was promoting for him. They was talking all kind of good.
Man,
I don't know if this rookie that's in here, but hey.
They gave him the full Paul Heyman promo. Like,
swear they did. It's a coach in this building who's been here for 5 years and he ain't never seen somebody do what he's doing.
5 of them. Never seen it. Like, but where do you know what building y'all in? I can understand why he ain't seen a motherfucker look like this.
Ooh, that's
one of y'all just did a LeVar Ball impression.
Never lost.
I feel like that.
The best linebacker they had recently was Deandre Levy.
You said who?
Deandre Levy? I think he was like the most recent good linebacker they may have had.
That might be accurate. I can't think of any. I'm sure. What's the dude?
Samuel Morse Middle School alumnus. Let's go. Dre Levy.
Who had the colored eyes on the Lions? Was he a edge rusher or was he a linebacker? It was like Van, start with a V. He used to put them colored contacts in his eyes all the time. Big white dude. He might have been an edge rusher though. Yes.
Kyle Vander Esch? He's on Cowboys now.
No, that's Leighton Vander Esch.
That is Leighton.
She's thinking of Kyle Vanden Bosch.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes. He was a linebacker. Yes.
He's someone else that comes to mind as like a good linebacker the Lions had, but that was again quite some time ago.
A long time ago. Mm-hmm. So for him to have been there for 5 years, and we know in the last 5 years they barely got dubs there. Like it's quite understandable if y'all get excited when you see somebody that's competent come through at the linebackers. But I can understand being a Packer fan because it's been, we've had our fair share of, hey, we happy that you're just athletic at the linebacker spot.
Like the clip that I saw, he reminded me of the dude from the Packers, Martinez.
Blake Martinez?
He went to the Giants.
Blake Martinez went to the Giants. Yep.
Blake Martinez,
like maybe not the flashiest player, but like just he's always around the ball, always hitting people. Like
because
he's one of those glue guys that you need. Right, it's one of the glue guys that you need to just be in the right spot. Like we can have somebody else be the playmaker, but like we need
he wasn't
11 dudes across the field.
That motherfucker, he'll tackle your ass and maybe 6, 7, 8 yards up the field, but he'll get the tackle.
Hey, 6 or 7 yards is better than 20.
That's 6 and 7. The touchdown was 4 yards ago. He tackled your ass at the end zone. Like, come on now. That's why he had to go.
Now, let me ask y'all this, especially Tim. I want you to answer this first too. Do Staley talking about Deandre Swift? Mm-hmm. He's very high on what Swift can be, and seeing like in the first episode, you were seeing Swift running through the defense and the drill that they highlighted. In this episode, you just see him being like, "Yo, this kid is special. He has an in him. I got to get out of him. I want him to be confident enough to go to the coach at halftime. Be like, yo, I need the ball in my hand." When you look at Deandre Swift and how he plays, do you also see that he has that talent level that he could reach that could be like a top running back in the league?
I've seen it from his rookie year, but he got to stay healthy, bro.
That's
1. 2, he got to stop with the drops because he was supposed to, coming out of college, he was supposed to be a Swiss Army knife, bro. Like he was supposed to be a bigger back that can run you over, that can run past you, and he can catch like crazy. But he's been having injuries and drop issues since he's been in the league. So it's like the talent's there. The everything is there for him to be able to be who they thought he was going to be coming out of college. Because I think he was either a second or third round pick. I can't remember which one, but He was up there as far as picks go for running backs, especially for a running back. Like they invested in him, and for him this year to be, I think year number 3 could be his breakout year. It could be. Hell, people drafted him in like his average draft position, I think, is like number 10 or 12 or some shit like that. Like he's up there. Yeah, he's up there with like some of them.
I get why. I understand why it is, because he does have that dual allure to him, and he was a second round pick. I just double checked.
Yeah, he was high
pick in the second round. 35th overall. So very high draft pick out of Georgia. And to your point, I always thought that Swift had the talent, but it's just the health part for me where I'm like, he can stay on the field. He can definitely be a headache for many, many defenses. And I got really excited though when I saw Barry Sanders. I was like, oh man, you want to talk?
I like Barry highlights.
I know, and I wanted Ken to be here because the very last one was against the Bears, and he just
cooking their ass,
cooking, and I was like, yeah. Like he didn't do that to us for years, dude.
I used to love Barry Sanders.
Hey, I ain't see Packers in the clip, so
they sure didn't put us in there. Only the Bears. I just want to point that out, but man, I just love seeing Barry Sanders. It was funny watching, like, man, this grass looks so much better. And they showed the clip of the grass that he was
there was a pond in the background.
My man was running out like
they just had them at the park,
right? Fucking Lincoln Park and shit.
Lincoln Park grass looked better than that.
My man, they just put the hell. Maybe.
I'm telling you.
Dude came up with the lines out 5 minutes before the game, so the lines ain't all the way straight. He just running on some shit.
Shit, they home stadium like they were running on carpet. So what he did, like in less than ideal conditions, makes it even more impressive.
So he was practicing at the crib. He ran at the crib. He was sprinting at the damn game. Shit, they damn near had the same conditions. It was terrible there. It was terrible.
Man, that grass looked so good to Barry. I could tell he was thinking like, man, I just kind of want to get out there and do a quick little
just hand the ball off one time.
Just want to see how the grass
between my toes.
I'm not used to that. I just want to see what it was like. But it's kind of cool to see. It's cool to see Barry around that franchise, given how they split when he retired. Y'all ain't doing nothing. I'm out of here.
Held him hostage, bro.
But another player I do want to talk about, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Chip on his shoulder for show. And St. Brown is somebody who I was familiar with because Equiminius played for the Packers. And even before that, I heard of John Brown and how he was training his sons to like
they damn daddy, bro.
to be athletes. And boy, when he got on the screen, that man stole it.
Picked up where he left off at. Him and LeVar Ball, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, and LeVar been in the cut chilling.
He been quiet. LeVar been quiet.
Chilling.
Mr. St. Brown,
because he's letting his success speak for itself. Like, you don't have to be all out here like one. You know, they established. They said Lonzo got his second contract. Hello is all-star. Like,
you better
just
have a
gotta get yellow.
You got to do all that though. Well, he said too. His brothers are rich,
and he's a model. So maybe basketball players work the same way as football players, I'm guessing. But no, how did KD catch a stray though? In the Hard Knocks, like John Brown talking about training his sons, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to train your full body." And coaches always ask me how to get so strong. And then you look at KD. When's the last time you think he did a calf raise with his Achilles tearing?
I was cracking up. I was like, "Come on, bro." That's why his Achilles got messed up.
Anytime KD is mentioned, he finds it. So just wait.
He responded already.
He did.
Oh yeah, he saw the clip.
He ain't got shit time.
Because the question that John Brown asked in the clip was, when's the last time KD did some calf raises or calf exercises? And KD retweeted the clip and just wrote, today.
I told you, KD hear everything. He like the Sandman.
Oh, yeah.
Just say his name 3 times and he there.
Go ahead, put TECK Foul on KD. Go ahead, give us some more listens.
Oh, God, just wild, dog. Like, he finds the time.
The man called it straying hard now.
Them kids got some names on them. Like Amon-Ra's whole.
I remember like the Egyptian names.
Yep.
Yeah. And he got a German wife. But hey, you know.
He had to make sure. Remember we did a whole thing on him when they was in college.
Yeah, no, he changed it from Brown to St. Brown.
They had the perfect wife and the perfect build and the perfect because he was perfect. That's what he picked up where he left off at in Hard Knocks. The last time I've seen Mr. St. Brown, this is how he sounded. You see, they ain't said a word to each other.
And they didn't. They were literally training like robots in the background, just focus.
They said a beep.
How many? Is it 3 brothers? Or there's only 2.
It's 3 of them.
It's 3.
Is the third?
The other one ain't make the league.
And all 3 of them was wide receivers.
Okay. Well,
Amon-Ra, Julian, Heru, Jay, St. Brown.
And then it's Equiminius, Tristan, Imhotep, Jay, St. Brown.
Emotep.
Emotep. There you go.
From the Mummy. Yeah.
Emotep.
But Amon might be the best one of them. I was excited watching him during his rookie year.
I don't think there's that.
Unless Equiminius gonna get his shit off over there in Chicago.
He might. Ain't no throw to.
Hey, we see the work he putting in. He ain't said shit to us.
It was also real cool. I felt like the first episode was more about like the coaches, and the second episode they were trying to bring more of the player stories into it, because even the backup quarterback, David Blau, in his story.
Oh boy!
First of all, he had a whole storyline,
story arc.
Man, I felt so bad for him by the end of it, but at the beginning,
I saw it coming. Like once they got into the game and they were setting up, I'm like, oh, he gonna fuck this up.
And he did. He literally just dropped the snap.
Just dropped it. Lions gonna lion, and people who watch him like, here we same shit. New year, same shit. How we lose this game, bro? All we had to do was get a first down and get a knee. How we go from having a first down and a knee to having to play defense, to having to get scored on, to having to try to run down the field with a minute left? How did we get here? My man's just running to the right, throwing he lobbed that bitch to the end zone. He lobbed it. It wasn't even on a dime. It wasn't even on a rope. It wasn't on a string. It wasn't
damn near a duck.
Damn near. And my man's came easy money.
He came back to it.
Came back to it. Money. How you lose on some shit like that? After you go in there and say, this city wants us to get a W. In the huddle talking to me like you finna do some shit.
Hey man, sometimes it just don't work out.
Out here trying to what?
But his wife though, his wife a winner.
Yeah, she nice.
Melissa.
I mean, she came in 7th.
God damn, we're not doing that.
Placed in 2nd during the heat that they showed on.
She came in 2nd.
In that heat, she came in 7th overall. Like in the finals, she came in 7th.
I mean, they working.
That was just to qualify for the finals.
Hey man,
I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying like she ain't winning it. Like
she's a winner.
She's faster than me. I ain't got shit to say.
I was like, you sound like Blau now. If I had her speed, my life would be so much easier. My job would be so much easier.
Shit, he sound like St. Brown. Like I gotta get the perfect wife so my kids are fast. Like damn near eugenics.
That's what LeVar Ball said too when he saw Tina.
Yeah.
He said, we're going to have some athletes.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Hey, they brought it to fruition, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got some kids. They
big
as hell.
Don't mean it's not immoral.
Wasn't that...
Hey, I'm not saying it's all right. They did what they had to do.
What was that movie? It's a kid's movie. And it had Al Bundy in it where he was a coach. He coached like a junior Cowboys team. And his brother coached Little Giants because his brother coached the Giants team, and it was that one kid on the team who was just getting trained up just to be a monster.
Icebox. No, Icebox was the girl. What was the boy?
I can't remember what his name was.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't watched Little Giants in a very long time. But whenever I hear of these parents who are like, "Oh, we getting together to have athletes," that's what I always think of. I think of that movie and that kid.
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
And the sticky hands. That's a good. I need to watch Little Giants still, but
it was a good movie.
Back to Hard Knocks. Yeah, it's interesting. I forgot to mention this in the first part, but I love the Hard Knocks intro that they have for like just the show to introduce it. How they cut from the players working out to they cut to a car being made, and they keep cutting back and forth. Then you see the car finally made.
Pushing the tire, like they showed the tire getting put on the car, yeah.
And they push it out, and you see the finished car, and you see them walking into the stadium. And I'm like, what a very Detroit intro. And then they spent time in this particular episode just talking about like what Detroit is and how Detroit is, and it's resilient, it's gritty, it's the jungle, it's love, it's home, it's so on and so forth. And whenever I hear descriptors of other Midwest cities, it's always interesting to me because I feel like you can just really move them around. Yeah, you can move them around. Detroit's definitely in a different place than Milwaukee is, given the peaks and the highs that Detroit had in comparison to the peaks and highs that Milwaukee had. And at this point, they still have a bigger population than we do, although it's only like 100,000 people. Just talking about Detroit, the city proper, which is crazy to think about when it's a city that can hold like 1 million some people. But you see how they're like, we're important to the city. We're trying to build up the city. Detroit, we're Detroit, we're Detroit, we're Detroit. Detroit versus everybody on the walls. And I like that attitude. I like that grittiness, that chip on the shoulder.
I went to a Pistons game and that shit is everywhere. Like they really believe Detroit versus like that is like the rallying cry of that city. So
I can understand that shit. It feel like everybody left them.
And it's on us to get it back. Like it's us versus everybody. We can come back. We can do what we got to do. And that's not even on the sports tip, but just like building the city back up. And I like that energy about Detroit, where it's like, you with us or you against us, and we don't really care because we about to go hard for what we got. So I love. Made me
want to go back to Detroit.
Oh, I'm definitely going back because I need to go to my Motown. I need to go to my Motown stuff.
I think I may have a party there soon. So
you having a party in Detroit?
No, maybe get invited to one or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel you.
Is it a shower?
Possibly. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, they ended the episode with that preseason game, and like we talked about, David Blau fumbled at the wrong time. Game was over. Sorry for you. Let's get back and try it again for next week. And in the locker room, when Dan Campbell was like, "Some of y'all, that was your only shot." I'm like,
yeah. Dang. He was like, I ain't trying to be that guy, but it's the truth. I'm like, damn, bro, still, like, you could have waited. Like, y'all just because you in your fields because y'all lost. So, hey, y'all done, just so you know. Like, most of y'all ain't gonna make it.
Well, I mean, like, that was what I was speaking to earlier, where it's like, again, like, you kind of want a straight shooter, and that cuts both ways. Like, you want somebody to kind of tell you, like, where you stand, and you also want somebody, you know, they also gonna tell you where you stand when it ain't necessarily good for you. But like at least you know where you're at, and you know you don't have somebody like blow a smoke up your ass and the whole time they know that they're gonna cut you tomorrow. Like I'd rather at least like have that. Like one thing I was thinking about when Blau fumbled though is like he dwelled on it for forever, and I get it, like that's your livelihood, but at the same time it's like you gotta move on to the next play because y'all still had another drive to go. It's like you can't just be like, man, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, I just fumbled the game. You know, it's like it happened. You can't do anything about it. Move on. Like don't forget about it. Like remember that so you don't do it again. But at the same time, you got to have that next play mentality.
That
shit kid that the interception, he did the same thing. Like oh my
that
god,
shit hard.
It is.
It truly is. Like you sit.
It is, but that's what separates people. Like
yeah,
exactly.
Successful people can move on. It's like good play don't matter, bad play don't in the past. Go on to the next one.
That's a fact. That's probably part of why. In addition, I mean, there's a lot of different things that get you to be a starter or NFL, 53 roster type of guy, but like. You have to have the mental aspect of it too, to be able to let that go and get to the next play and be like, it's not over until this clock says 0. Like we still have a shot. And they did. But you could tell, I knew it was over for him when he was reacting the way sometimes you can just see it in an athlete where you like, nah,
he ain't got it.
It's done. It's done. But as we get ready to wrap up this episode here, I do just want to ask y'all this question. Now that we're 2 episodes in, 1, going into the season, knowing that it was the Lions that were going to be in Hard Knocks, like, were you excited for them? And then 2 episodes in, so far, has it met your expectations, exceeded? Are you interested? Like, how do you feel about this season, and how does that relate to how you were coming into the season of Hard Knocks?
I dead ass forgot that like every time it would be brought up, like it would be a surprise. Like, oh, the Lions are doing Hard Knocks this year. So like I just couldn't retain that information for anything. So I didn't have any expectations because I didn't care. But I feel like Hard Knocks as a television product, like they have it down at this point. Like they know what they're doing, and they always find a way to kind of hook you. So it met my expectations in that respect because it's like they're always going to find a way to make me care about it. Even as somebody that doesn't really care for football, like it's a good television product.
Being the Lions, I remember when we first heard that it was going to be the Lions, I laughed. I said I wanted to see this shit show. See how they still won't win another game, and lo and behold, look at them. Now we see the inner workings of why they be losing these damn games.
He ain't gonna be playing, man.
So I'm enjoying this. You know, I'm having a good time. You know,
player haters ball town.
Hey, listen, I'm paying attention to what's going on. I ain't said nothing else about him.
After everything that's said about Detroit, and you saying you wanted to go back, do you really want to poke that bear? That's what
I ain't poking the bear. I'm just
this the strategy that you want to take.
They want the whole point of the show is to show
you want to get another email from Detroit. Right? That's what you want.
Listen, so what happened is they took the camera in there and they said, "All right, 0-10-1. How did this happen?" And then they walked in there with the camera to them training camps. They found a man. He fumbled. They said, "Damn, okay, this is how this go."
All smoke from B13 is directed at Tim Kansas.
So this man down here, that man.
I'm not saying that I don't enjoy it. I am thoroughly enjoying watching, what's going on behind the scenes. I have players that I like, I really do fuck with the rookie, Rodrigo. And I do fuck with Jamal Williams. And I do fuck with... See, DJ Chark, they ain't really showed too much of him, though.
Maybe next episode, but I feel it.
Yeah. I fuck with them,
Hey man, I'm into it. Like Eric said, I like Hard Knocks. I love it. I'm looking forward to the in-season version with the Cardinals that starts in November too. So I'm all here for it. But we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna wrap this up. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to us on the Good News Radio Network. To everybody watching on our YouTube, truly appreciate y'all. So I want to wish y'all well and remind y'all, if y'all have not already, listen to our weekly show. Go on back to episode 260 because the fellas held it down. It was highly entertaining, really fun. So make sure y'all get in there and listen to that and support. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram at Camille Monet, CAMILLE MONAE.
At your world champion Milwaukee Bus Burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
Yep.
What is it? K_Harris_gentleman. No, see, I still don't know that nigga shit. But mine is TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We out.
Peace out, y'all. Again, appreciate y'all for listening.